The king begs us to save his daughter and the kingdom, and gives us $120. That's not enough for the good stuff, so we just buy enough to club the local company mascots to death. When we hit level 3 and gain the heal spell, we can refill our magic for free in town instead of paying for the inn and graduate to clubbing bats and ghosts to death. Eventually we start to upgrade our stuff. It's $340, but if we sell our club plus the rest of our king cash, it's more like $270, so we can expand our horizons. The townsfolk tell us how to reach Garanham, that crossing bridges is dangerous, and that there's a town that sells magic keys. Garanham is up over here, and the monsters are also manageable out this way until we hit these bridges in either direction. Along the road there's a monsterless cave where we discover the value of torches, and find a tablet about the keepers of the 3 MacGuffins. Magicians lurk in the woods, but they're a good source of income once we learn the hurt spell. Around Garanham we hear about the princess going east, a local guy named Garen, and a recurring joke about Nestor, which is a reference to a Nintendo Power mascot. The game was famously given away for free as one of their promotions. The shop has the next tier of things for sale, so we should gain some experience and money from the local wizards. Across the southern bridge, magic bats and scorpions are slightly more lucrative than the wizards, but they hit a lot harder, and the skeletons and the even stronger enemies beyond are a bit too much to handle right now. So, following the tip from the townspeople, we follow the princess east where there's a similar escalation of monsters, but if we go north here, we find a town before things get too strong. The locals in Cole have clues for now and clues for later. Golems and fairy flutes, towns east of Hawksness, which we haven't found yet, and something to the south. The next couple armor upgrades are here, and in front of the fountain, the fairy flute is found by searching on the ground. Mentioning it now, but the game won't tell us about it until later. If we gain a few more levels, we can probably skip the full plate armor for now and just go with the half plate. There's also a cave west of Cole with a man requesting a silver harp when we find one. To the south is the swamp cave, and midway through is the princess, guarded by a green dragon that's much too strong right now. Walk on by, and we're in the southern continent. The town of Keys we've heard about is past some mountain ranges, but the monsters are quite a bit stronger now. Rimeldar is an info dump. We hear about the flute, treasure back at the King's Keep, a temple on a dangerous southern island, and the ancient hero's path into the Dragon Lord's castle. The next weapon and penultimate suit of armor are sold here, as well as the keys. If we were to buy all that and journey south, we could find the Sanctuary Temple, but we don't have the artifacts to do anything there yet. The monsters down here are another step up, but there's money to be made. If we get to around level 13, we can have a go at the Green Dragon and rescue the princess and carry her all the way back to the castle. Behind locked doors, we hear about the silver harp in Garen's grave. Sounds familiar? We also retrieve the Stones of Sunlight that we heard about. Back in Garanham, we can indeed unlock the gate to Garen's grave and journey down, 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 back up, down, to get the harp. Now's a good time to revisit the Cole Fountain, now that we've been properly informed, and drop off the harp so that we can get our Staff of Rain. In Cole, they're telling us to get to a new place called Cantlin, and in Garanham we heard once again about Hawksness. But first we can resolve the Sun and Rain clue by returning to the temple with the Staff of Rain and the Stones of Sunlight to receive the Rainbow Drop. We're strong enough now to return to the southwest region. The monsters get even stronger here, and the first town we come across is deserted and dangerous. Plus there's a boss fight, so we keep walking. The last town is quite a ways away through the wilderness here, and before you get any ideas, the metal slimes are tough to damage and they run away easily, so they aren't worth getting their higher experience values for. Cantlin is nested across the water here, and going south is a bad idea for the time being. Guarding the city is the golem, but by using our flute to put it to sleep, we can get in pretty easily. The shield here is essential. Around town we get a few clues about Erdrick's armor and a tree near the Hawksness East Side shop. We also get some specific coordinates to search. Not the most elegant clue, but Gwaelin gave us an item that reports coordinates on the world map. So, the final steps are, head to Hawksness, search the trees around the east shop for the armor, fight the boss guarding it. Then, since that armor negates swamp damage, we can walk into the mire and find Erdrick's token at the coordinates we got. Finally, we take our rainbow drop to the beach near Charlock Castle and use it to form the Rainbow Bridge. Now is our chance to level up, get the last few spells, and buy stuff. In the castle, we heard about a secret passage in the throne room we can find, and the path this way is much more direct for the most part. We follow it down until we arrive at a crossroads. Going south here leads back up several floors until we can claim the strongest weapon in the game, Erdrick's sword. Going west from the crossroads leads down to another straight path to the foot of the castle. The treasure room down here, not worth your time by the way. Instead, we just follow the walls around through the underground swamp until we reach the Dragon Lord, beat his 2 forms, and we restore the kingdom. Okay, some notes about traveling. Hills are much worse than forests. The world is divided into 64 tiles, with separate encounter lists in each one. This is a very rough visualization of how these progress, There's a hard difficulty line on the southwest region that pushes us to more gradually explore east first. Only then, after we've spent some time out east, are we strong enough to finish out the map. Finally, some quick data about spell effectiveness and equipment. The magic armor can heal you for 1 hit point per step, while Erdrick's armor heals 2 and grants immunity from the poison swamp. Thanks for watching.